Alright, so you clicked on this video because you want to know what firearm you should get first. Well, this is going to be kind of broad because one, I don't know what country you're from. Two, I don't know what state you're from. Three, I don't know what age you are. So I'm going to keep this kind of general and hope that it kind of fits most of those people, but it's probably mostly going to be Americans, so this should be available for mostly all of you guys watching. So let's get into it. If you didn't watch my short, I'll do a quick rundown on the steps that you need to go through and then kind of go in depth into what you need to do to figure out what firearm to get first. So step one, what's your purpose? Why do you want a firearm? Figure out that purpose first, then figure out a budget. After figuring out a budget, take the purpose of the firearm or the want and the budget to your local gun store and ask them for recommendations based on those two things. They will try to upsell you because they are a business, but they will be happy to answer any questions that you have because if they have good customer service skills, that good customer service will want you to, whatever. Anyways, then after that, go to a gun range that allows rentals. Make sure you call them first and ask if they have rentals, not just drive there and say, hey, I want to rent a gun. Then test out the guns that the gun store recommended. Then after the rentals, go back to your gun store and then just compare each firearm that you like the most when shooting, narrow it down after shooting, and just take a good 30 minutes to an hour, play around with the feel of the guns and everything. So, in-depth time now. Step one, what's your purpose for wanting a firearm? There are many purposes for wanting a firearm, from hunting to self-defense, home defense, sport shooting, what have you. So, why would I want one of those? What is my purpose for one of those? Well, it's a big handgun. This isn't my concealed carry. That doesn't suit me for every day. This is my concealed carry because this is nice and tiny. You can see I can fit this. If you look at my YouTube short, I can fit it in the side of my pants with a suit jacket on, which I wear suits a lot, so that's really helpful. What about home defense? A lot of people like AR-15s for your home defense. So a lot of people like shotguns and a lot of people like pistols. But why for each? Well, let's go over some pros and cons. Rifles and shotguns, you have better stability because you have more points of contact. Pistols, people like pistols a lot because they don't tend to overpenetrate as much as rifle calibers or shotgun calibers, unless I guess you're using birdshot and perhaps buckshot. But I don't know enough about overpenetration, so I'm not an expert. I'm just saying what people usually think about these things. Also, for a pistol, it's convenient. You can put it in a lockbox on your nightstand or in your nightstand, and when you wake up, you can lock it up and leave it in your nightstand. It'll be fine. I do that. I live in an apartment, so I kind of need to do that for the convenience because I don't have a whole lot of room. So figure out what you want, figure out why you want it, think about things that some scenarios that you might be into. Hunting, look up your state laws. So in my state, this guy is illegal to hunt with because it is a rifle cartridge, and we can only hunt with black powder or muzzleloaders because they are weaker cartridges and we have a dense population area. So, 2, figure out a budget. That's pretty easy. What you can do is go online, truegunvalue.com. I think they have kind of an average price list of what every firearm known to man is going to be costing you. You can also look online at the MSRP of the guns as well on the actual manufacturer's website, so you can kind of get what a good deal is going to be for you. Then going to a gun store, asking for recommendations, asking for questions. Don't be shy. These guys love to talk about guns because they're huge nerds like me. Does that make sense? It's like going to a Lego store and asking, hey, I like Lego Star Wars. What Lego Star Wars sets are there? I like Legos, sorry. So, ask questions, ask for recommendations. Remember, they will try to upcharge you. So just be careful of that. That's why you want to look at your price, give them a budget, and say, I'm sticking to this budget or as below it as I possibly can. And they will work with you. If they are not working with you and they're trying to upcharge you the entire time, leave and go to a different store. You have choices. There are tons of gun stores in America. So I don't know about Europe or anywhere else in the world, but I know in America there's a ton. Okay, next one. Go to a gun range that has rentals, like I said before. Call beforehand. Ask if they have those guns that that the gun store recommended to you. Sometimes gun stores also have gun ranges that they allow rentals through, so that might work for you too. That's pretty self-explanatory. What you're going to be looking for though, for shooting, say I have a rifle, right? How does it feel? How heavy is it? Am I a weak boy? Am I a strong boy? You know, am I a weak girl? Am I a strong girl? Do I want a bayonet slug on it? Do I want it to be, you know, was this like 30, 40 inches long? Or do I want it to be kind of more like my AR? It's a little bit lighter, it's louder, or maybe just as loud, but it's more modular, you know, it's easier to disassemble, it's more modern, there's more parts, and the ammo is cheaper. Say you're buying a pistol, you know, how easy is it to rack the slide? Do I hit the mag catch when shooting? Do I hit the slide stop on the last round when firing? Well, that might just be a grip issue. How good is the trigger? You know, those are things you want to consider. All right, the next one is going back and buying your firearm. Now, take all those things that I just said, combine them all up, and figure out what is best for you. And you can do this process every single time you try to buy a new firearm. The only things that you're probably gonna have issues with is finding old school Milsurp rifles, because no one makes them anymore, and the prices will just keep going up, or they'll be the weirdest things ever. So don't worry about that right now. Get a first firearm that you want for just whatever purpose you want, and then maybe get into collecting. But know your firearm safety rules, know this little tip. I hope this helps everyone. If you do like this content, this is kind of just an impromptu thing. I hope to get some more long shooting videos out soon, but I am trying to find a outdoor public range that I can use, because there is not a whole lot around me. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment down below, dislike, write me mean things. I don't care. I'll talk to you either way. I'm pretty lonely, so good night.